Good morning, students. Today we are going to do the science activity about water. Water covers almost 3/4 of the Earth's surface. All living beings need water to live. We use water for drinking, cooking, washing, bathing and cleaning. So today, first Simon and Sri, what are the properties of water? You know now? So now explain water has?
Water has weight. Now I will prove this with the help of empty balloon and water filled balloon. I have taken a stick. On one side I tied an empty balloon and another side I tied a balloon which is filled with water. Now let us see. Here the water balloon is heavy. So we proved that water has weight.
Now I will prove that water takes the shape of the container. Now I will pour water into glass and bowl. If you observe, water has taken the shape of bowl, glass and bottle. Water does not have its own shape. Another property of water is water flows from high to low. This is one of the special properties of water. Now I will explain float or sink. Some objects float on the surface of water while the other objects sink. It's because of density, which means how tightly packed something is. Now I am keeping pin in the water. Now let us see it is float or sink. It's sunk because its density is heavier than the water. Now I am keeping the matchstick into the water. It's float because its density is lesser than the water. Now I am taking a stone. It's sunk because of it is denser than the water. This is thermocol. Let us see it will sink or float. It's float because it is less denser than water. Now we will demonstrate soluble and insoluble substances. Substances that dissolve in water completely are said to be soluble. Take some salt, keep it inside of the water, stir it. After a few minutes, it's completely dissolved in water. We cannot see salt separately. Now I am taking sugar. Stir it. After a few minutes, it dissolves in water. We cannot see this sugar separately.
Now I am explaining about insoluble substances. Take some stones, keep it inside water, and I mix it. It is not dissolved in water.
I am going to explain sources of water. Water comes from sources like rivers, lakes, ponds and wells. However, it often contains dirt, sand, household and industrial waste, as well as waste comes from plant, animals, making the water unsafe to use. The water purification method depends on the type of impurities in water. Let's explore how various methods help clean water. Now my friends will explain how to purify water.
Take a clear glass full of water. Now take some sand.
and mix it. Do not touch or move the glass at least 10 to 15 minutes. After a few minutes, the mud settles down at the bottom of the glass. As segments, the soil particles are heavy and insoluble, so they sink in water. This is called sedimentation. Once the sediment settles at the bottom, you can slowly pour the water on the top into another container. This is called decantation.
I am going to explain about filtration. We can remove insoluble impurities from water using the cloth or a filter paper. The impurities stay on the filter. Clean filtered water passes through. This is called filtration.
Impurities are collected on top of the cloth. Filtered water is in the pot.
Now I am explaining how to kill viruses and bacteria in water. Chlorination is a method to clean water by adding tablets called chlorine. Chlorine helps kills bacteria and viruses in water. The water is safer to drink.
After chlorination, the water is free from germs and viruses. We can drink this water. Water covers about 70% of our planet. Most of the water is salt water found in seas and oceans. Earth has limited amount of fresh water found in lakes, rivers, and ponds and under the ground. It is important to preserve water bodies and do not pollute them. Many places in the world are facing severe water shortage due to growing population. To deal this problem, people have developed several ways to conserve water. Now my friends will explain about rainwater harvesting. Rainwater is collected from the rooftops of buildings and stored in storage tanks. Through pipes, the water gets filtered and stored in main tank. You can reuse this water through pump for garden watering, toilet flushing, car washing, washing clothes. This overflowed water is collected into the well. This stored rainwater is used for drinking after purification and irrigation. In our daily life, we use water for different purposes. Washing the clothes, cleaning the utensils. This water can be reused.
We use water for various activities every day. As we use water, it gets dirt and cannot be used again. This water is called wastewater. Wastewater generated from our daily activities is collected and treated using multiple chemicals processes including sedimentation and filtration. The treated water is then sent back to the water sources and reused. Like pouring water to plants, washing cars, etc.